This is Mike. I am the chef manager up here at the Bistro, and today we're going to be cooking a dish that I personally like a lot, and it's very simple and straightforward and doesn't involve rocket science, but I thoroughly love barbecue pulled pork. And I also like taking those standard things and kind of like jazzing it up a little bit and doing something different. So what we're going to do is like a Hawaiian style of barbecue pork. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run you through the process of how it gets prepared and how it gets cooked, and then we'll kind of work down the line from there. The first step that we're going to work on is seasoning our pork and what kind of pork do we use. So here at CLV, we use pork collar frequently for a lot of our pork applications. And the reason being is, one, it just tends to cook a lot better than a lot of different cuts of pork, and pork can be a tough thing. Sometimes it can get dried out very easily, and nobody likes a dried pork chop or dried pork in general. So with the pork collar, with the fat content ratio and stuff like that, you had it like, it pretty much stays moist as like, you know, the entire time. And you can actually overcook it and it still will be tender and moist and it won't dry out. So the first thing we're going to do is take our pork collar, which is the cut of meat right here. And then we're going to take some oil and pour a little bit of oil over the top of it. Kind of like spread that around, get underneath. And then I'm going to take some of the seasoning that I've chosen to season the pork with. So what we're going to be using today is a pretty common seasoning you'll find in grocery stores. They call it Montreal steak seasoning. And we're going to kind of just lightly go across it and rub it in. Don't want too much seasoning. You don't want to over season it either. And like I said before, we'll just rub it in really deeply. So with Montreal steak seasoning, it's pretty simple and straightforward. All it really is red pepper, black pepper, a little bit of salt, and some other like spices like paprika. Nothing too crazy, but since it's such a well-versed seasoning and we don't personally use it a lot here at CLV, but in a lot of places you'll find it as a very common place, especially in grocery stores, and a lot of people that like to cook on the grill, a lot of people like to use that seasoning. So after that, what we'll do with the pork, even though I don't have an oven here, but I'll just kind of explain it, is that we'll take the pork and we will season it and all that, and then we'll put it in the oven at 275 degrees for about 3 to 4 hours, depending on the size of the pork. Sometimes it takes longer than others. So the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of skip that cooking process and the other process of shredding the pork, because there's multiple different ways you can shred pork. Here at CLV, it's a lot more efficient to use a large mixer, because the power behind that, it really shreds this pork up very, very nicely. Or you can use like those bear claw things you probably have seen advertised online. They work too, but if you're trying to do something a lot faster and a lot more efficient probably, and you don't care if if you want it to be like more thoroughly shredded pork, I suggest the mixer. So for the remainder of this demo, I'm going to turn this on, get this start heating up for the important part. I have all my ingredients here to make barbecue sauce. I also have the roll that I have chosen, which Monday you'll be able to order this dish. It will be on an onion roll. An onion roll works really, really well with this dish. So what we're going to do, get this warmed up, and what I'll do is I'm going to start putting my ingredients in for my barbecue sauce. So barbecue sauce, there's lots of different variations of barbecue. A lot of people think of the stereotypical straightforward barbecue. There's also other barbecues such as a Memphis style, which is more vinegar based. This one here does have a vinegar in it, but it's still going to be more, the consistency is going to be a lot more similar to your standard like Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue. So in this, what we're going to start off with, we're going to put this molasses in. Molasses is one of the key components of barbecue sauce. You can use other things too, like honey and other things like that. We're going to put the molasses in. Molasses is very thick, so it's going to probably be mainly your base to your sauce, and then the other ingredients you're going to have to add in as you go, and just monitor how much you're putting in. The second part that I'm going to add in there is going to be some tomato paste, just a little bit of that. Then we're going to take some apple cider vinegar and add some of that in. and then we're gonna take some pineapple juice to sweeten it up. All right, so then as that is cooking, what we'll do is we'll just kind of move the tomato paste around. Since the tomato paste is obviously a lot thicker than the other liquids that are in this, we're gonna have to mix it around really good. So when you're cooking your barbecue sauce, you want it to simmer for about, say, 20 minutes. But since for this application, we're gonna just kind of speed this up a little bit longer. So the next step, what you would actually end up doing as your sauce is cooking and then it finishes, you're supposed to let it sit for a little bit so it kind of just continues to thicken a little bit more. And then what you'll do is take your pork like this, that's when it's like finally shredded up, and then you'll actually mix it in with your barbecue sauce. And that's starting to heat up really nicely. And since we're gonna be using the onion roll, I'm gonna have that sitting out. And I'm gonna get ready to move this over. And obviously this is when you're gonna wanna, after it's heated up just right, again, just add your pork. Whatever desired amount you would like. There we go. I'm gonna take this onion roll and depending on how you want it, if you want your bun to be toasted, you can toast it on a grill, you can run it through a toaster. Either way, however you like it. I personally like my buns usually toasted on the grill itself with butter. But then we're gonna just go ahead and we're just gonna set the sandwich up as is. I got some nice grill marks on here. And then we'll take some of the barbecue sauce, or sorry, the barbecue pork, put it on my sandwich as neatly as I possibly can. This is gonna be a mess regardless how you look at it. I mean, it's pulled barbecue. So then after that, kind of just put that on there. You could take 2 pineapple slices, just like that, lay it on the top, and there we go. Sandwich is finished. Now you can grill the pineapple slices as well if you'd like to have that taste to it. You don't have to do it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, straightforward, to the point. Thank you again, guys.